What's happening, man? It's the tapping. I'm your host, Living Legend H. Oh man, I had a great month. Just kind of like learned a lot. Got acquainted with myself and understanding where I wanted to be in my journey and the things I needed to do to really kind of like get myself where I wanted to be. I got high standards and high goals for myself, and the only way to manifest them is kind of like put my ducks in order. So that's kind of what I did. Again, before I'm anything else, I'm Muslim. And I always want to say that. I always want to put that out there because I think it's something that should define me in my journey. Because I think there's a lot of conflicting parts to the shit that I think we need to explore. And as a man, as I explore those things, I think those things that kind of like become the storyline and becomes the underlying factor of a journey that I'm just constantly trying to figure out who I am and where I want to be at and things of that nature. So that's that first and foremost. Oh my goodness, we got episode 1, My Story My Way, the Vini Veda Vici episode. Like I say, man, I'm just gonna highlight those that decided to conquer and overcome obstacles. We ain't here for a long time, we here for a short time, and I really decided I wanted to spotlight those that kind of like took the bull by the horn and made a way when they thought, well, when others thought there wasn't a way. They made a way, and that's kind of what we're here for today. You know, we can't, we saw, we conquered. Conquer your dreams, manifest more, and conquer those that you manifest. And that's just kind of like the overall feeling and vibe of why I decided to create the content that I wanted to create, and the things that I want to create are things that I manifested and thought about, and kind of like decided to chase. So that's where I'm at right when I'm with it. Motion, MOCEA. Rewind real quick. MO3EAN. Started out as MOCEAN, because I didn't want the emotion MOTION, but I wanted something that would define me, things that kind of, would define the journey, define the label, define the business, define the things that I stood on. And I'm always about giving flowers, always about thinking about tomorrow today, I mean, not waiting for tomorrow to come, but creating tomorrow today. So it's motion, MO3EAN. We came, we saw, we conquered is an ode to the Latin phrase. It means a lot to me, and I just hope that the things that I show y'all, the things that I've created from like, from really bad to really good. I hope the overall arc is something that my mama, rest in peace to her, my papa, my godmother, people that I grieve daily, can look down and say, look, Harry did it. Look, Harry did it. You know what I mean? So, man, support me. And if you don't, that's fine. And if you have a critique, hey, man, tell me what's up. Let me know. Let me work on it. Let me get better. Like I said, we Rome wasn't made in a day, but we still got to chase what the Roman Empire, built. You know what I mean? But it wasn't overnight. And when I say we got to chase what the Roman Empire built. In order to be great, you have to have a starting point. In order to have a great story, you have to have the arc. You gotta go through some shit to get through some shit. And without the story, you don't have the triumph. And that's what I'm here to give y'all, the story. Everything, man. I want to give y'all the up close and raw, the pain, the tears, the trauma, my real life. And in that, we're just gonna create because content, it means a lot. You know what I mean? Like, in order to kind of like create my lane in the space, I gotta do the things to create a lane. So what we gonna do? Man, like I said, we got the Ebony episode, the Vini Vici episode from the My Way, My Story, My Way podcast. presented by Motion. I'm going to do the Jewtown story with G's. You know, we're going to chronicleize the battles, the music, the videos, all of it to now. You know, he got his own business, but like there was a long, long, long journey getting to where he at now. So I can't wait to show y'all that. Shout out to Cuz. Got my own music I'm gonna work on this month. Hopefully I get the I Wish out. You know, that's a project or a song I've been working on for years. Have never recorded it because I wasn't really comfortable with my voice, but I think that it has a place in my overall story that I feel like I needed to add to, you know, to what I'm creating and building with my people. And for me, this is not just like a Harry thing. This is my people thing. You know, I do a lot of shit for my folks, people that you know just need a voice. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be their microphone. I'm gonna let them tell their story along with mine. So shout out to OG. And I mean, you know, G baby, shout out to Cuz. OG, I call him. He's my partner in everything. My dog, my brother. Yeah, I mean, literally like taught me so much shit. He getting married soon. Shout out to him. You know, Shirley, thank you to her. You know, my best friend in God's creation. There are many people in life that I trust. Trust her with 1,000%. So can't wait to tell her story and collab with her with different things. You know, I got an idea. I had an idea about a podcast called What Your Life Like, but I think I'm gonna call it the Our Podcast. You know, our potluck perspective is kind of where we take a panel of people and we introduce a topic and we debate on it. You know, have a moderator, things of that nature. So that's gonna come. The merch. You know, I've created a lot of clothing. I kind of wanted to create something that like inspired the hustle again. You know, we so crazy with the gangster shit that we haven't really like. We need to bring it back to the hustlers. You know, the trappers and niggas that worried about money and less about murder. You know, these niggas out there killing shit, telling on themselves. The shit is fucking sad. It's time to really bring back the situation. You know, bring back the Caesars, bring back rubber bands and shit. You know what I mean? Bring back the white t-shirts, shit like that. You know what I mean? We about to bring the hustle back. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's all my clothing from the H. You know, the I'm him, hustle you. That's gonna really like reflect the trap. You know what I mean? Niggas that really want to go get it by any means. Then we got the motion clothing. You know, it's all in one thing. To be honest with you, they're just different logos. It's all about, you know what I mean, getting to it, inspire the hustle, shit like that. On my other wing, we got Poor Decision. Shout out to Makai still. Always be beloved to me. You know what I mean? That's just for the young lady that, you know, work all week and want to let her head down. You feel me? So we got a few pieces for that. Damn, what else we got? Some merch, you know, a couple little shot glasses, styrofoam cups, you know, just reinforcing the, you know, the lifestyle brand. You know what I mean? Let your hair down, get you a white cup, get you some lick. You know what I mean? After you don't went through it all week, got to the, you know what I mean? Got to the fatty, got to the paper. You did. So yeah, that's coming though. So the merch, the podcast. Oh yeah, this right here, we call it the tap in. I'm finna tap in with y'all. I don't know what I'm saying to this shit. I'm just going, you know, give y'all what's going on. Excuse me. I'm gonna give y'all what's going on right now with me. You feel me? But yeah, the concept we just gonna create, and let y'all decide. You know what I mean? YouTube, Motion Enterprise. Man. What else? Yeah, just you know, everything is presented by Motion. Clothing, the podcast, the interview series, all presented by Motion. MO3EAN, you know, we came, we saw, we conquered, a way forward. This is the tap in with Living Legend H. You feel me? Hey man, just support me, criticize me, give me critiques. If you a hater, hate, because to me, hating nothing but fuel for me to, work on something. But I'm gonna tap in with y'all. Living legend.